Excuse me. What a way to start. All right. Jeez. I had some technical difficulties there when I first tried to start this stream this morning. Having some technical difficulties mentally as well, so makes sense, makes sense. We're gonna get into some Fallout for a little while. I technically shouldn't even be awake yet. I'm really tired from yesterday. But here we are, living.
If you're looking for guns, talk to Mick. Otherwise, I've got a nice selection of general supply. Take a gander. Give me a shout if you need anything else. I only offer services if the king gives the okay. Impress him and we can talk. If you haven't heard of the king, you must have been living under a rock or something. The king has his boys all over Freeside. He controls the water pump and is essentially the go-to guy for what goes around here. Alright. Yeah, I've got a little side business going. What I'm about to share with you does not leave this room, eh? Over the years, I've gradually perfected my craft to the point of perfection. No one can distinguish between my work and the real thing. What I'm referring to is passports. If you've got the caps, I can whip up a strip passport which will fool even the most well-trained eye. Hey, if you're interested and have the caps, they go for 500. Any less and it ain't worth the risk of getting caught. What do you say? You game? There you go. What do you want to know? If you haven't heard of the king, you must have been living under a rock or something. The king has his boys all over Freeside. He controls... They're the local energy weapon dealers in Freeside. When it comes to lasers and plasma, they're the only game in town. They keep it that way. Gloria's men are the best armed in Freeside and ruthless to boot. But her brother, Jean-Baptiste Cutting, puts them all to shame.
Oh, Suji, you would not believe. Or maybe you would. My life's crazy.
Their joint is the only place in Freeside to get it all under one roof. They've got gambling, booze, chems, and whores. They're good folks, just don't cross them. They're known for tidying up loose ends with a bullet to the brain box. Anything else I can help you with? Thanks for...
I know you remember our conversation about what all went down with my ex-best friend. But turns out, like, I have lore, Suchi. Boy, I didn't even know some of my own lore, but it was there. It was there. This shit goes all the way back to when I was like 14. Some crazy shit back when I was 14. Okay. That started because a grown woman, okay, like between 14 and I think 20 is when everything happened. A grown woman and another girl like a year or two older than me were apparently listen, I don't know I don't know what I do to deserve this. Okay. I know I can be like a bitch sometimes, but uh, I don't know what
Hello.
I did to deserve this crazy shit. Both these women, nothing to me. I don't know them. I don't even know them enough to not like them, right? I'm 14. I'm just hanging out with my friends. And over the years, apparently they became like envious of my connection with my friends.
Welcome to
And
Naked Knives. If you need guns, I'm your man.
just started,
Or
I
dental
guess,
supplies
disliking
and
me
other
because
services.
I
See my partner Ralph.
was a nice person and I'm honest. I say things like it is, and then people still end up liking me. And I think they were, if anything, the only thing I can imagine they were mad at is that people they liked me more, and they felt like it was more than them, and they felt like maybe they were not up to standards or something. But like, it's not because of me. I didn't say or do anything to these people, but like, they've both admitted that, and they've both told me what they did. One of them apologized. Um, but and she said it was because she was jealous of me and envious and felt like she was kind of being replaced within like our friend group. And it wasn't
Things look
anything I
better when
did
the
because I
Omegas
never
are
did
buying,
anything
but
to
we
her,
did
and I
buy.
was never mean
Good
to her.
selection from
So
traders, and the Van Graffs keep things running.
she was just young and dumb, she said. I believe her to a point. And I forgive her. But the other lady, she was way too old to be playing these kind of games with
That's
literal
the thing.
teenagers.
I have no idea. They
And
just stopped buying guns all of a sudden.
at
If
the
you
end of the
hear
day, what
anything, let
happened
me
was
know.
these two girls, mainly, I think, I don't know, over the last 2 months here and talking to everybody that was involved, because I'm still pretty much friends or related to or involved with everyone that was involved then.
Anything else I can help you with?
Um, it has come out because the falling out I had a few months back with my now ex best friend from now, she knew everything about all this stuff. And she tried to play off of things that had previously happened for her own benefit. And
Like what?
she knew what she was doing, basically. But because of all that, and because of what happened with someone I was very close to, because of her, I confronted everybody, basically. I took it to them because back in the day, everything that happened ended up like making people think that I was some kind of manipulative, conniving, basically, excuse my language, but whore, because they thought these jealous girls made it out like I was sleeping with basically everybody. I was cheating on the guy that I was with. Um, they put themselves into my relationship, ended up ruining my relationship. Um, I ended up homeless because of them, because of the things they were saying. And well, either the things they started, things they were saying, or things that they didn't actively take part in. But you know, like when you don't like somebody and your friends are talking about that somebody and you'll say like some snide shit. I feel like the one girl, I feel like that's what it was. She didn't like
Sure.
me
Let's
because
see
she
what you've
felt
got.
envious, and when her friends started talking about me, she started talking about me. And that doesn't excuse it, but it does explain it to a point, and I can forgive that. Like, you're young, you're a teenager, you're dumb, you're jealous. Everybody else is talking about this person, why not, right? Not something I would do, but I do understand. And I know I'm jumping all over the place and it don't make no sense. I'm trying to get to a point here. I spent a good chunk of my life, and all my friends apparently spent a good chunk of their lives thinking that I didn't like them, they didn't like me, that certain people were like perfect little angels, and I had done like all these horrible things. But like, they're still friends with me because I guess in the back of their head they knew
Why?
that
You work for one of the
they knew
casinos?
me, and those aren't things that I would
In that
have
case,
done.
yes,
So
I
I
do.
guess they all kind of just
Follow me.
hung around for that. And either way, I figured out some crazy shit from my own lore in the last couple months because of some crazy shit that just recently happened.
Like
Because
I've always
another
said,
girl was
a
super
polite
jealous
society is an
and
honest
envious of
society.
me just existing in her vicinity and having things that she wanted that she could not on her own merit obtain. So she literally moved into my house under the guise that she needed help and then tried to single white female me out of my fiance, my friends, my family. This shit is crazy. And I kind of thought that maybe I was crazy. Maybe I made it up. Maybe I was seeing things that weren't there because of the things that went through my went on in my past, and she played off of that. She really tried to make me feel like I was crazy, and I was like, no, no, I've got your number. That's what's going on here. I'm not crazy. I'm crazy, but no, this happened. I see. I see you. It's wild. My life is it's wild. I don't know what else to say. Drama. And you know what, Suji? This kind of crazy shit happens. And you would think I'm outside all the time. That I go seek this out, that I seek people out, that I start stuff. And I will tell you right now, I literally 90% of the time, I do art. I go to art things and I like plays and things and movies and go out to eat and go to little festival things. I don't really like huge groups of people and stuff. And I also don't like faking anything for anybody. So if to be in a group of individuals, I gotta pretend to be somebody else. I'm going to actively avoid that individual. So I spend a long time, most of my time, at home. I also have my grandma and my cats and dogs and all that, and my family and everything I need to take care of. So being here is actually why not? Um, I should be. So, and I also enjoy being here. It's where all my books are, and my games, my movies, my fiance. Like I said, my family. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Do my art and everything at home. I don't like this streaming stuff is probably the most, I guess, what's the word, extroverted I get. This is the most I put myself out there, except for in small groups of friends. So, I've already been out here because I'm running my mouth. And this is why I don't run my mouth when I'm playing video games either, because here I am going in circles. All right. Either way, that's all I'm saying. Last 15 years, I've just worked on myself. I went a little crazy, dealt with some crazy shit, tried to be a better person, help other people. Whole time people saying crazy shit about me, and then come to find out, literally all my problems ever were because somebody was jealous. I exist within their vicinity.
Check it out.
I
See
don't
the
know.
dumpsters there. What's your rush? The boys and I here want to get to know you better.
Dang.
Trouble.
Every time she one shots one of these things or people, I'm like, Jesus. There's always some part of their body just flying off. I guess I keep talking about all that wild shit also because I'm feeling a lot better now. Uh, because I went a good chunk of my life thinking I was like crazy, stupid, ugly. People didn't like me, and I hadn't done anything. Like literally, I guess parts of the things that they said and the things that they made other people believe about me, and then the things that those people said because they didn't know whether or not to believe me. And here I am thinking, I don't even know why you guys suddenly don't trust me because I'm literally the same person I was yesterday, and we were best friends yesterday. So what is like? I haven't done anything different. Basically got gaslit for a billion years of my life into believing that I was the exact opposite of the things that I am because that's what they wanted me to believe. Because if I believed in myself, I probably could have really done some crazy shit with my life. And now fully intend to because I guess knowing that they went so far just to get at me made me realize that I guess there I guess there's something in me that was worth feeling like they like needed to get rid of. I don't know. This is I'm just processing on live stream. So my bad. You asked, Suchi. This is what I do. When people actually ask and it's like something I've been thinking about, I go on a tangent. I can't help it. This is what I did with my friends the other day when we all started talking about everything that happened in the past. This is what I was doing. I was like, no, see, am I crazy or did this happen? And they were like, you are not crazy. That happened.
Come to Mick and Ralph's for... Stop by Mick and Ralph's for all your shopping needs, man. Hi. Hi.
Yeah, I know. I know you did. You come here for the tea, Suchi. I know. The tea and me running into everything, right? All the
How's it going?
poles. Oh man, that's not even. I Oh, dude, I shortened the lore so much to get you to this point quickly. There is so much to the lore.
This gentleman and I were just settling on a price. I'm afraid you'll have to hire one of the others this time around.
This man's prices are steep, but I hear he's worth it.
Need some grub? I got you covered. Cheap and filling. Typically, I find it goes down better if I leave people guessing.
Oof.
So what do you say? Want some? I have my little helpers out and about, always looking for fresh things to add to the stew pot. You may have seen them around somewhere yourself. Now deny your hunger no longer.
Whatever.
You won't regret it, at least until an hour or so from now.
Me yesterday after I ate. I think my lore could probably fill a friggin' could make a TV show about my lore. Be like 12 seasons long. And I'd be the character just sitting in the middle of it going, what the fuck is happening? What is happening to me? What? I'm literally just existing. It's like when you go out of your way to be nice and good to people, they intentionally make you out to be the opposite. Intentionally. And then you're like, why am I even trying to be a good person? What is happening?
The followers are always on the lookout for new friends like yourself.
I hear you've done some good things for the followers.
You're not the doctor that I need to talk to.
Are you here to drop off medical supplies? Leave them with the rest in the middle of the courtyard. We're always looking for new members. Does he have any particular talent? Excellent. Ezekiel's been after me to find him a new assistant for ages. Tell the boy we'll take him. Rates of injury and illness in Freeside are very high. Supplies don't last long. Med-X, Radaway, and Fixer are Freeside essentials. I can't pay you for any supplies you bring in, but I could discount the charge for our services. So far, the Crimson Caravan won't cut us a deal. If you can convince them or some other merchant to work with us, I'll discount supplies to you. You might ask around at Mick and Ralph's, or go see the Garrets, though I suspect they're too busy poisoning Freeside to help it out. Just come see me when you've got some supplies to turn in. What do you want to talk about? More than rough. It's a damn mess. Freeside townies are constantly picking fights with NCR civilians. Thugs and thieves are always looking for a victim, and the local families are just sitting back making caps on the mess. Freeside is in dire need, but no one has been man enough to step up. The followers can only do so much to stem the tide. There is always something needing done. A few souls here in Freeside could be great assets to the community if they'd kick their addictions. We need a regular supply of medicine organized, but the Crimson Caravan wants too many caps for what we need. Lastly, tensions between the townies and NCR tourists have been going downhill fast lately. A lot of innocent people will get hurt if things blow up. The big man around here is the king. Not much happens in Freeside that he doesn't know about. He has the most influence locally, and some of his crew haven't helped the situation by harassing NCR citizens and charging double for water. Some NCR soldiers have been bringing in supplies, but none of it is going to Freeside locals. I've tried to speak to both sides to no avail. Yes, old Bill Ronte and Jacob Hoff. They're not going to kick their habits on their own. Old Bill Ronte is an exceptionally skilled machinist. He could fix the problems we've been having with Freeside's water pump, if he sobered up. The Garrets hooked Jacob on chems when he was working for them. Ironic, since he used to homebrew detox chems. He's a natural chemist. In Freeside, the drunks and drug addicts flock in and around the Atomic Wrangler. I'd start there. Sobering them up and putting them back to work would go a long way toward helping Freeside. What do you want to talk about? We're pretty short-handed as it is. What? Bill Ronte installed that pump a few years ago, back when he was sober. It was a major improvement for the community. But lately, the Kings have started charging locals to use it, and NCR squatters twice as much. That'll come to no good. They've been Freeside's gang for the past 5 years or so, ever since Mr. House and his 3 families pushed everyone else out of Vegas. They've done a lot of good for the community, but that seems to be changing. The flood of NCR squatters has been an affront to them. I guess that explains the situation with the water pump. Usually, the king wouldn't let his crew bully folks around like that. I know they sell a lot of guns, as if that's what Freeside needs. I hear Mick handles the guns. No idea what Ralph does. Oh, them. They sell energy weapons, which are very popular with better-heeled prospectors looking to explore the wastes. Stay clear of them. Brother and sister are both psychopaths, though at least Gloria is rational. Jean-Baptiste likes killing. A den of iniquity. The Garrets do more than their share to keep the locals drunk or high enough to stay lazy. Their thugs, on the other hand, they keep wired on chems to stay dangerous. What is it with Freeside and brother-sister psychopath teams? What did you want to know? The Old Mormon Fort serves as the regional hub for the followers of the Apocalypse. I am the administrator for this region. The followers of the Apocalypse aren't just interested in research. We care for our fellow man and do everything we can to help humanity. Here in Freeside, we provide food and medical services for those in need. We also have organized reconstruction efforts. With the help of Bill Ronte, we were able to install a water pump just west of here, but the Kings quickly took control of the pump. We arose from the boneyards of Edidum years ago. Since then, we have made it our mission to rebuild the wasteland and re-educate its inhabitants. We hope to forge a brave new world free of war and poverty by sharing knowledge and resources. Our primary goal is the free exchange of ideas.
Hello. Hello.
Can't help but be impressed with what they're doing here. Evening.
Howdy. I've been around a while, currently working for the followers as a gun for hire, but it's getting rather dull. Aside from protecting them from the occasional thug looking to intercept supply shipments, there isn't much to do around here. The one researcher I liked who I could chat up about liquor got transferred, and the rest of the docs are pretty uptight about my kind of fun. I joined up looking for a decent paying job. Granted, the pay's all right, but they won't let me kick back and slog a brew at the end of the day. They're worried the filthy drunkies in detox seeing me drink will cause an immediate relapse. I say their rehab effort here is just a revolving door. I've been around long enough to observe the patterns of human behavior. Physical and mental anguish are especially exciting to explore. Hey, who doesn't enjoy a little pinch and squeal every once in a while? What do you have in mind? Good? Bad? The guy with the gun makes the rules. And I may have answers. What starts in misery tends to stay there. Freeside wasn't Freeside until 6 or 7 years ago. That's when Mr. House's robots rolled out of the Lucky 38 and started pushing everyone who wouldn't join him off the strip. Lots of folks died. Some scattered to the winds. The rest wound up in Freeside and seemed never to lose the habit of living like refugees. What about him? Pretty much the sort of gang you'd find anywhere else, just with better clothes. The king himself, though, he's got that something special you can't put a finger on. Too bad he likes girls with skin. I reckon they care about getting water and electricity from the dam, and that's where it ends. The locals here are just an inconvenience to them, something to step over or stomp down. They're here for the resources, plain and simple. Before or after the human race shot itself in the foot? I've been around long enough to have both opinions, see. Before the war, Mr. House was a famous captain of industry. Robotics, to be specific. Seemed charming in interviews, until he became a recluse. Since the war, though, didn't make a peep for near 200 years. But when he came back strong and killed a lot of people. I don't know how they do it. They're like saints, those followers. If they didn't charge for their services, I'd think they was crazy. But nah, they're just naive. Warms their heart. Couple of rad scorpions, though. Gloria is a stable one, but she'd slit your throat she'd tell her brother to do it for her. John Baptiste is one of the sicker humans I've had the displeasure of observing. What did you want to know? The only thing I know for certain is that I don't know nothing. Yep.
Hey, you got a second? The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart, or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong, or how to fix it. I think I need to go home. Great! Thanks! Thank you. I'll encourage people to name their non-ugly children after you. Seriously.
Hello. The followers are always on the lookout for new friends like yourself. Evening. Hello.
Hi. If you're looking for medical help, try the other doctors. I'm just a researcher, not even a particularly good one. Oh, you know, finding alternative treatments for common illnesses and injuries, stim packs out of barrel cacti, and other fantastic improbabilities. As far as fruitless wastes of time go, it's quite noble in its aims. For the past 100 years or so, the followers have managed to get by using salvaged medical supplies from the old world. But the side effect of medical success is that more people live longer. Funny how that works. Eventually, we'll run out of hospitals to loot. We need new ways to produce those supplies, or maybe old ways if this research goes anywhere. Cuts, lacerations, broken bones, infections resulting from all of the above. Common cold, influenza, take your pick. There are plenty of ways to die out here. And most of them, surprisingly, don't have anything to do with war. Just common human fragility. I'm enthusiastic about helping people, but nihil novi sub sole. Caesar can cite Cato to suit his purpose. Many people have spoken Latin. Some of them were quite pleasant. It's unfortunate that the language is now associated with the gentleman across the river. Not from the Legion, if that's what you're getting at. Books, sheet music, gladiator movie holotapes, bits and pieces here and there. The followers have extensive libraries, but we all draw water from the same old well. Even Caesar. I don't know anything that the others couldn't tell you. Caesar was one of the followers, before my time, of course. He wanted to rebuild the new world in the image of the old. A sad story of good intentions gone bad. In that regard, he's hardly unique. If you set aside his leadership capabilities, extensive knowledge, and ruthless cunning, he's just another jerk who steps on people to get his way. Oh, sorry. There's nothing new under the sun. If agave and mesquite were that miraculous, the locals would have figured it out a few thousand years ago. Certainly. Not all followers are people persons. Besides, someone needs to do research. I have no problem with Julie sticking me back here. Out of sight, out of mind. There are worse things one can be, though I do admit it is a bit boring. Though it has a noble goal, I don't think this research will yield much fruit. No pun intended. No offense intended, but why should I go anywhere with you? That seems appropriately resolute and yet vague. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and go with you, but let me be clear about something. If you plan to help Caesar's Legion, this is going to be a brief relationship. I may not have all the answers for how to fix Freeside's problems, but Caesar taking control isn't part of the solution. Fair? As the old saying goes, two's company, but three's a small army. Okay, I'm paraphrasing a bit, but you get the idea. What's up? It could be better. If we can find a way to work toward the independence of New Vegas, that would be ideal. But really, as long as you don't help out the Legion, anything's better than that. I'm really very boring. You'd get better stories out of a Freeside junkie. Only to obfuscate my past association with a fascist paramilitary organization. I'm joking, of course. I will deflect personal questions at any opportunity. Honestly, it isn't too difficult if you have half a brain and aren't a complete jerk. I wanted to help people, and I enjoyed learning, so I signed up. New Vegas is in trouble, so I came out here. If someone doesn't step up and try to help the people here, it's going to end very badly. The followers taught me everything I know about medicine. Despite our humble abode here in New Vegas, we have great facilities back in the NCR. We may have overextended ourselves by setting up camp in Freeside, but the people here need help from someone. If not us, who? All right. See you.
Evening.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up? He was dead when I got there. It pays like ass, but it's hard to get other work with my skill set. What do you want to know? Good question. These days, it's hard to say. Once upon a time, it was about technology, controlling it so it couldn't destroy us again. Energy weapons and power armor are usually tops on our list, although I appreciate anything that's vintage. But that all seems so limited now. We haven't grown or adapted, and now we're stuck in a hole, not carrying out our mission. More sexual favors than I can even count. I am still tired from it. No, actually, you're born into it. My parents, their parents, so on. When you're young, you can choose to leave, but it's home, so most people don't. We don't take on new members, really. You can do the math on our long-term prospects based on that point. I keep hoping we'll change that. I'm a procurement specialist. Like I said, it's basically grocery shopping, except sometimes the groceries are scavenged parts and arcane technology. The elder who brought us to the Mojave, Father Elijah, usually had me looking for these old memory units, but he'd never tell me what they were for. Nowadays, I'm usually sent to do business with traders at places like the 188, but sometimes I think it's just to keep me out of everyone's hair. I know sometimes I sound like I don't, I know, but there's something that still rings true to me about our code. There's an honor to it. We're protecting people, even if it's from themselves. It's a good cause. We just lose sight of the big picture sometimes, treat all our practices with the same sacredness. Ah, the Codex. If it's in there, we have to abide it. If it's not not important. It documents our history, too. Part of what scribes like me do is update it. I wonder... Nah, they'd probably catch it if I rewrote the Founder's axioms. No. We only protect people from themselves, and only in the sense that we don't let them have the really good pre-war toys. And sometimes it's more like we protect ourselves from them and hope to outlive them and become humanity's sole heirs. We've had people go rogue, though, and start helping people. One chapter had a small civil war over it. We take our isolationism seriously. He was our elder when we came east. A wizard with technology, really. His mind just worked that way, naturally. I learned a lot from him. But he started having disagreements with the other elders. The Brotherhood's interest is in old technology. He wanted to explore developing new tech. And there were other ways he wanted to push, other weapons, ones with ethics questions attached. Rather than deal with him, they sent him east. Let's.
Hey.
We're gonna have rat tonight.
With the ones we care about the most.
Thanks, lady. We've got stuff we're not even allowed to sell.
You should have been with us in our glory days. You'd have left.
Share a whiskey with me sometime? Your friend's cute. She's single?
What? You did? Oh, that's great. Thank you. I'm out of this crummy camp. You should have been with us in our... glory days.